Hello, my friends. I want to show you the worst way possible to write a script. It's really hard. The way I did it when I first started out, the way you're probably doing it right now, the way almost every writer I've ever met, they walk through this process, and it's an effing nightmare. And it's why so many people quit. It's not because they don't have the talent. It's they have this process that's just cockamamie and doesn't work, but we can't help ourselves because I'll show you why. So we start out watching movies. We love movies. It's great. I'd love to make my own movie. Hey, I got an idea. I'm going to do this cool movie. And then all of a sudden you get Final Draft or some screenwriting software, and you're like, you start with some dialogue. It's got like Goodfellas. Haha, you're a really funny guy. Great. It's going good. You're cooking. And you're like, you write maybe some deep love scenes or whatever. Dean looks deep into her eyes, holds a gaze. You're like, this is, where's the Oscar? Let me get the Oscar now. And then all of a sudden, you hit a roadblock. You're stuck in the woods. It's, I know, like 1 page in, a scene in, 20 pages in. A lot of people get to like midway through. They're like, what? Like how? I'm stuck. What do I do? By the way, if it's your first script, just finish it. Doesn't matter. And then go back and probably start another one. It's probably the best thing possible. But maybe you keep getting stuck on several scripts. You're wondering like, what do they mean by character or narrative engine or midpoint twist or structure? Like, what does that mean? Hollywood movies are kind of crappy. Like, do I want to study their structure? What the hell do they know? A lot of confusing terms, right? And you're like, well, you know what? I'll figure it out. Or I'll get a book. I'll get McKee's book or Save the Cat or William Goldman. Like all these books. And like some of them are good and some of them are helpful and some of them are not. And you're like, what the hell? Like I can't, like I get confused. I know what I'll do. I'll get notes. So then you go talk to somebody, either a peer or somebody else. And then this person is saying, oh, you need this in your screenplay. Another person says, no, you need this other thing in your screenplay. And this other third person is like, don't listen to both of them. You need this. You just effing. It's ridiculous. You're back in the woods. And now you're like more confused than when you started. So I feel you. I've been there and you're not alone and it's not your fault. It's the way our mind works. What we relate to is what the characters are saying and what they're doing. And so you try to write that, but you realize if you've done this for a while and you go back, you're not even asking the right questions. You could answer the questions if you ask yourself the right ones, but if you're not asking yourself the right ones, you're stuck in the woods and you're not getting out. Unless you, or you can, it takes a long time. For me, I went to NYU Film School, spent a bundle. I did McKee's workshop, did all these things, blah, blah, blah. It was like over the course of 15 years or so, including my NYU years, I wrote like 5 scripts. And the last one took me 3 years to write that script. 3 years. And I was working like full time. I could write a script with those same elements now in 3 months. Not because I'm more creative, but just because I know an order. I created a 9-step system that works for me. And then I was off to the races. So instead of 3 years to write one script that I went and made into an independent feature film, I was cranking them out. I was doing like 3 a year. Year after year after year, boom, 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 boom. Got up to I'm up to like 40 plus scripts now. Got into the Writers Guild. By the way, your chances are better of playing Major League Baseball than getting into the Writers Guild. And the reason is, if you're going to play Major League Baseball, you're competing against one generation. All the best baseball players in the world for one generation. You get into the Writers Guild, 3 generations you're competing against. So it's hyper competitive. So if you're wandering through the woods, good luck. That's why so many writers come to me, and I really, really love working with them because they have what it takes. If you find your way to me and you like my style, whatever, I can show you how to move forward and get through the woods. I've done it with 100 writers. I've taught thousands of writers at maybe over 1,000 at UCLA Extension, and then I love coaching one-to-one, much deeper with writers. So. And I customize everything. So if this sounds like it's helpful for you, reach out. I'll get a sense of where you are, where you want to go to, and I'll give you the most specific, direct, inspired path through the woods so that you can have the professional screenwriting career that you want. I'll give it to you straight. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, but it is doable if you show up and if you have a system that's reasonable, a proven system that works. So if this sounds good, reach out.